Welcome everyone. In this video I will review the MVI, which is a tier 10 American heavy tank. I will review the tank, the stats, I will configure it, and I will review the armor profile at the end of the video. So first of all, let's get started with the most interesting thing about this tank, which is the track layout. So first of all, we have our main track, which is here, and we have a second track which is called the reserve track, which means if you want to fully stop the tank you have to aim and destroy here. Other than that, if you're just destroying the main track from the one side, the tank will still be able to go with 24 kilometers per hour. If you are destroying the other track link from the other side, let's say both tracks are destroyed, the tank will still be able to go with 14 kilometers per hour. So the only way to stop this tank from moving is to destroy the reserve tracks, which is here. Other than that, the tank will just still be able to go and he will never stop. He can retreat easily. So let's go now and talk about the stats of this tank and the gun, obviously, because we have here two type of guns. We have here our main gun, which is a 105mm caliber gun, and the second gun, which is 120mm caliber gun. This is researchable for 54,000 experience. So the main gun has 360 alpha damage and 440 HE. As the penetration goes, we have 268 as APCR standard ammunition, which is really good, 315 heat ammunition, and 53 HE. The base DPM is actually 2764, which is we have here. The dispersion 0.34 and the aim time is 1.92, which is really amazing. But with this 120mm caliber gun we have 440 alpha damage and 530 HE. As the penetration goes, 252 as AP penetration, 300 as heat ammunition like the ground one has with 300 heat penetration, which is we all know is just not enough in tier 10, and 60 as HE. And we have here Vor's DPM 2400 and 0. Let's just switch the gun from this tank like this and we can check 2500 DPM, 0.36 dispersion, so the tank will miss, and aim time 2.4 sec, actually long. And obviously the AP shell velocity, which we have here, 1120, actually is fast for an AP shell. Heat ammunition actually is still fast, 1120, and the HE flies with 900. But we have let's say like that, a derpy gun. So let's stick with our base gun. So obviously we have 10 degree of gun depression. The reload is 7.8 sec for 360 alpha damage, which can high roll up to 450, which is really good. Obviously good gun, good aim time, and yeah, the tank has 2200 HP armor. We will check at the end of the video, but this tank actually has armor with some hidden weak spots all around the tank, and that's why we have to check it. So the tank weighs in 40 tons with 750 horsepower. The forward speed limit is 40 forwards and 15 backwards. The tank will actually go with 40 because we have only 40 ton, which is like a medium tank. So the tank is obviously tall, that's why we have really bad concealment, and the view range is 400, which is really good. So and obviously we have 4 crew members here. So let's go now and check and configure this tank. So as the field modification goes, we have here this at max level, this for better view range, and other than that we can't boost our forward speed. So yeah, let's go now and select all the good crew skills what we can have here already selected. We have this for this camo paint cola, and as the configuration we have in the first slot we have survivability. I select here ventilation. Second slot we can choose mobility or firepower, but obviously I want firepower with the gun rammer. And in the third slot we have stabilization. So obviously base shell velocity speed, APCR, shell type, really fast 1472, really fast APCR, good penetration. We have heat ammunition, actually this is still fast, 1173, penetration 315. Yeah, It's better than 300 on the other gun, but 315 is still not, just not like 340, but is better than a 300 from the other gun what we have here, the 120 millimeter caliber. So let's go now and check the stats, which are amazing. To 3421 dpm, the aim time is 0.31, accurate gun, dispersion 0.31, accurate gun, and the aim time 1.72, so quickly aiming gun. The reload is 6.3 sec for a 360 alpha damage, actually amazing reload. Amazing reload. HP 2270, obviously view range is 477, so these are good and amazing stats. So let's go now and check the armor of this tank. If you are facing the tank like this, the first thing you will see, the first weak spot on this tank is at this section where the tank is connects from the hull and the turret. Let's switch to visual to see better this. At this neck, the neck of the tank, which is around 180 millimeters, so you can pan this easily. Let's switch back to visual. We have here other weak spots on the turret here. Left side, right side, these eyes. I will call them the eyes of the tank. Switch to visual and you will see this. This is really penetrable with 255 millimeters of armor penetration. And we have another weak spot, these ears of this tank. I will call it left side, right side, like the German tanks has E50M, E75, these ears, which are just weak spots, and you will be able to hit this, as you can see, 250, 54, 55, so it's easily penetrable. And we have obviously the cupola here, which has 100 to 200, yeah, it depends from the angle, but it's around 176, 88, 200, let's say like this. Other than that, this connection rings here. Let's switch back to visual to see from the side. It's penetrable here, 178. So our weak spots here as well. The joint link. Let's say like this here. Let's switch back to live. Other than that, the tank has in the upper hull around 220, 30 millimeters of armor, lower plate 100, 200. So it is just penetrable with base ammunition easily without any problem whatsoever. On the side of the tank here, where the tank has this ring around the gun, we have here 100, actually 106. So it's yeah, it's pretty weak. In the turret we have 180, 30, 10, 6, 121, and here is the weak spots of the tank at these ears. Let's switch back to visual at this. If you just want to do a lot of damage with HE, just aim here and pan this side with 50. So this is penetrable from the side and from the front. The ears of the tank is just really penetrable. A hidden weak spot, obviously. Let's switch back to live. In the turret we have 170, 80. Good. At this 100 in the hull we have around 140, 90 all overall, but we have here 81, 90. It's weaker armor where the tank has this machine gun port from the side, and also from the front is just penetrable because of this flat triangle here, 280, actually 220. So keep this in mind. Hidden weak spot here, here, here. It's just and this 100, this round around the gun, which is yeah, only 100. So yeah, this is really easily penetrable. So at the rear we have 50, this is penetrable with HE, here 38, the rear 38, so the rear side of the tank is really vulnerable and penetrable. Other side, same thing, same armor configuration, here obviously 50, 88, yeah, around here 100. So let's go and check the tank, if the tank can side scrape. But the answer is the tank can't, because if you are side scraping, obviously the side could hold up against the shots, but then the turret ring will become visible. Let's switch to visual. So this is when he tries to side scrape, this is really penetrable, like the VK 72.01 on the, or the Panzerkampfwagen 7 has this triangle, and other tanks on the side, so that's why this is just not good for side scraping. You can't Let's switch back to live. You can't side scrape in this tank. That's the answer, obviously, because of the turret ring. Let's switch back here, and what happens if you are loading the heat ammunition? Obviously, the whole tank will be green, 340 meters like the Object 27 has, and if the tank will go in hold down position, let's select like this. Actually, it's really tricky. Yeah, like perfect, like this. In hold down position, the neck is no longer visible, so you won't be able to pan. But obviously, this triangle machine gun ports, it will be visible and penetrable even in hold down position like this. This will be visible, and yeah. Other than that, these joints from the side, it's also penetrable, obviously. So the tank has some weak spots in hold down position, and if you can see the eyes, left side, right side, the eyes of the tank above the gun, you will be able to pan easily. So yes, and if the tank is not using the, he's in not in 10 degree of gun depression, but he is, your tank is tall and he's in 10 degree of gun depression obviously, but he's not in hold down, he's just aiming down. The top of the tank is actually will become penetrable, so keep this in mind with heat ammunition. You can overmatch in a good angle the top of the tank above the gun here and here. Switch back to visual. This these parts is or just these flat parts are overmatchable if you're in a tall tank, and the tank is not in hold down position on a flat surface, but he is looking down for some reason. You can pan this obviously. So yeah, overall conclusion is really good DPM on this gun, 10 degree of gun depression with some armor. Obviously, we have some weak spots here, and keep this in mind. These parts here are not part of the hull, so don't shoot here because you won't deal damage. If we are switching back to the armor layout live here, as you can see, these are not part of the tank where the tank connects with the tracks, tank and the hull. So don't shoot this because it's just not part of the tank. You won't deal any damage here. Depends if of the angle obviously, but keep avoiding this and aim in the lower plate, not on these extensions, because these are actually doesn't made part of the tank. So keep this in mind. Just the hull is here like this. That's it. So yeah. Other than that, hidden weak spots here, these triangles here, at the joints here, from the front, the ears here, in a good angle. This will be overmatchable with heat, all the top of the tank, cupola obviously. So hold down position, the triangle, keep this in mind, will be penetrable. The tank has a lot of hidden weak spots and tricks, but we have 10 degree of gun depression, overall good turret armor. So yeah, the speed is 40, so it's not amazing. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.